All right, so at Cinema Sugar, we believe movies make life sweeter. So today, I want to find out how they've done that for you through our Sweet 16 Rapid Fire Movie Q&A, which consists of 16 questions about the movies and movie experiences that have made your life sweeter. Okay, so question one, what's the first movie that you fell in love with?
Mm. Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Yes. Oh, love that one. Classic. Number two, what's the last movie you fell in love with?
Marnie.
Mm, okay, haven't seen that one
Yeah.
yet. Number three, what's a movie scene that you'll never shake?
Oh, okay, hold on. I mean, it's probably like it kind of in a bad way, like Dance from the Dark. I'm not going to spoil it, but what happens to her in the end?
That's a perfect one.
It will never go away. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense. Number four, what's a movie scene that never gets old?
Probably something in Muriel's wedding, the Waterloo dance, like the contest scene.
Oh man, Tony Collette, legendary. I love it.
Yeah.
Number five, what's your favorite movie theater?
Ooh, I mean, I'm gonna have to represent my hometown, the Belcourt in Nashville, Tennessee.
Mm, nice. I'll have to check that out next time I'm there. Love that. So while you're at the theater, number six, what's your theater snack of choice?
I love just a full fat Coke and popcorn with lots of the chemical butter, and Raisinets.
Do you put the Raisinets in the popcorn or keep them separate?
I've done that.
If you're feeling it.
And it's good. I think it like tastes quite good. I just think it gets a little like cutesy and I'm just like I need the compartmentalization. You know, when I have a bunch of food on my plate, I will often eat one thing at a time. And
Mm.
similarly in the movies, it's like popcorn moved to the Raisinets, you know.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I
Yeah.
love it. So, what's number seven? What's a movie performance that makes you laugh out loud every time?
Oh, you know what's a new one for me is Bob Balaban in Marie and Bruce, which is a film adaptation of a Wallace Shawn play. It's never been distributed, but it's you can rent it on iTunes and wherever else you rent movies. But it's with Julianne Moore, Matthew Broderick. It's a totally psychedelic, very profound, totally liberated movie, and Bob Balaban was making me scream in it. He's a genius.
I agree. I've never heard of this, but I gotta check this out now. This sounds fantastic.
You
I
must.
love that. So, other side of that, number eight, a performance that makes you cry.
Um, oh, I have to look up his name. Well, no, I'll just say Lillian Gish and Night of the Hunter.
Oh man, yeah, what a performance! What a movie, and more people need to see that
Heaven.
one.
Yeah.
Um, so number nine, what's a favorite childhood movie memory for you?
Well, I have this very distinct memory of when my mom and I went to see Tea with Mussolini in theaters, and she cried so hard that her contact fell out onto the floor, and we had to wait. You know, it wasn't a disposable contact; it was like a contact that she cleaned every night and put back into her eyes. And we had to get on our hand we had to wait till everyone left the theater and get on our hands and knees and search for the contact together on the ground.
Wow, I can see why you would never forget that. That's
And so
amazing.
it's like that memory is is like completely intersects the moment where I realized that Cher was like like an incredible actress too.
Of course.
So
I mean,
those that
yeah.
feels very connected.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. So, related to that, number 10, what's a movie you saw way too young?
One time a babysitter showed me Requiem for a Dream.
How
And
old were
like
you?
I was probably like 12 or something and I don't, you know, I watched a lot of, you know, intense stuff at a young age because I was kind of left alone at Blockbuster, you know, and I was sneaky about what I got, you know. But I was good at lying to my parents about what I'd selected, in other words. But it was more just like I could have handled Requiem for a Dream, but it was more that I was watching it with a babysitter, and it was like the incredibly explicit, sexually explicit moments with this older woman. It was hell.
Yeah, that sex and drugs combo is just not going to go over well with people
No,
like that.
the two-headed dildo, no.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So number 11, what's a rainy day movie for you?
Mm. Taste of Honey, A Taste of Honey, the Tony Richardson movie. It's one of my favorite movies, but it has a nice kind of like melancholy feeling to it that I think is good for rainy days.
Awesome. Well, number 12, what's a lesson you've learned from a movie, either like a practical lesson or some sort of favorite life lesson?
Well, I went to see a screening of Jacob's Ladder, the Adrian Lyne movie, and he spoke afterward, and he said something about sex scenes that I stole directly from Maddie's Secret, where he was like, you should always have in sex scenes like something I mean, this is a filmmaking lesson. This isn't a life lesson, but
Sure.
you could extrapolate this out to real life, I would argue. But he's like, you should always in the sex scene have a moment where of like levity, of like where your characters are laughing or there's like something funny happens. Because I don't know, I think his reasoning was like it's more believable,
Sure.
because sex is full of just very awkward moments and stumbles and it's often quite funny. And then it's like and then having to bridge the gap into back into, you know, once you've laughed in sex, you have to find your way back to the intensity. And I think and that's more erotic than it just being purely intense the whole time.
Sure. Yeah, it makes it more human. Right. I love that.
Yeah.
So number 13, movie quote that you use a lot.
Um I use I'm gonna Romeo and Michelle again. There's so much I use from Romeo and Michelle, but it's always like a Michelle quote to kind of uh to 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 show my own kind of naivete my very like Michelle-like naivete. And it's when it's so subtle and it's so genius. It's when they're getting ready for the reunion and they're trying to lose all this weight and get boyfriends and jobs and they like get really dispirited. They realize they haven't lost any weight. And Romy's like Mira Sorvino's getting really upset and she's like, are we kidding ourselves? We can't lose 20 pounds and get boyfriends and job whatever. And then Michelle, Lisa Kudrow goes, she goes, but I thought you said we could. And I think about that line all the time because I feel that all the time. I'm like, but I thought you said we could. And there's another line where she says at the very end when they have their own store and they're called Romeo and Michelle and Alan Cummings' character Sandy Frink is like a millionaire and he paid for it. And they're like their sales are really good. And Lisa Kudrow goes, hey, maybe we can pay Sandy back like next week. And Romy's like, I think we're about 6 years away from that. I say that a lot because I really do. I really don't. I have a very childlike understanding of the world and the way
Those are,
things work.
yeah, but those have a really wide application. I love those. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, just a couple more. Number 14, movie you want played at your funeral.
Oh, I mean, God, I think maybe Muriel's Wedding.
Yeah, I love it. That's
It's
great.
just, I think it's Muriel's Wedding.
Be true to yourself. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, number 15, movie you'll defend forevermore.
Mm. Like, but in other words, it needs defending.
Right.
I often find that people are unfairly dismissive of Brad's status, the Mike White movie with Ben Stiller.
I love that one.
I love that movie, and I love all of Mike White's movies. I love Year of the Dog. I love Chuck and Buck. I love The Good Girl. I just love his movies. I don't know. I know he didn't direct Chuck and Buck, but anyway. But Brad's status, I just think is right up with there with all the rest of them. I just think it's so gorgeous, and I don't understand why more people didn't like it.
That's the perfect one. I love that pick.
Thank you.
All right, last one. What's one movie that you would pair with Maddie's Secret?
Hmm. I mean, the obvious one would be Kate's Secret, the
Right.
80s TV movie that it's like based on, but that's almost a little too on the nose. I think I would do. I mean, are you mad that I'm repeating answers?
Go for it.
I would pair it with Marnie because like Marnie is like the kind of what Maddie's Secret wanted to be if we had more money and I were smarter. If I were a better filmmaker, if I weren't like a total internet addled gay guy, like, and I actually had like read one book, like it would maybe be sort of closer to Marnie. So I would pair the two so you could feel what it's trying to be.
That's perfect. But you got to give yourself more credit. That's it. You did it. How do you feel?
I feel incredible. I feel lighter. I feel I don't have that brain fog that I usually have. I feel really I don't know, ready to take on the day.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the movie and your directorial debut. I really wish I could attend the Chicago premiere at Music Box. I'll be out of town, unfortunately, but I hope it's a great.
Chad,
I know. I'm sorry. I I hope it's a great time with a huge
thank you.
crowd. People are going to
Thank
love
you.
it. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time and take care.
Thanks for having me, Chad.
All right. Bye.